with more than half summiting. The 7th annual climb was in support of vulnerable girls. In studio, I'm now joined by two climbers, Paige Lindernberg and Dlwati, who successfully summited the mountain. Good evening, ladies.
Good evening.
Now, tell me, one question that I specifically want to ask you is, when you are busy psyching yourself up to climb Africa's highest peak, what is going on in your mind? Are you asking, but why am I really here? Is it because it's for caring for a girl? Why? Why are you summiting?
For me, it was very clear that it was for women and girl empowerment and following the program of caring for girls. So I was very clear in my head. The only thing that was bothering me at the time was the fear of the cold, because it can be paralyzing, particularly for me. And I didn't know if that mountain was going to accept me or not.
Oh. And Paige, I hear that you have to be mentally prepared for this type of trek. What was driving you?
Kilimanjaro is something I've wanted to do for a very long time, and charity work is something very important to me. And there was no better way to climb Kilimanjaro than with a purpose to give back and help others. And we were climbing a mountain for those who can't. So we were there to show the girls that if we can climb this mountain and summit and suffer the way we did and overcome it, they can overcome their daily challenges and climb their mountains and summit them. And I think that's what played in our heads along the way and somehow pushed us to the top of that mountain.
That's great. Now, we do know, and as you've mentioned before, that it was for a worthy cause. So, you know, to raise funds for children or girl children who don't have sanitary pads. Now, this might seem like some tiny contribution, but it's a huge problem. I've spoken to certain teachers who say absenteeism because of this type of insufficient funds to buy sanitary towels is at a high rate. How do we make sure that an annual event like the summit that you mounted basically assists children on an ongoing basis?
I think everybody, you know, in the society has a role to play. If each and every woman, you know, contributes, even if it's 1 pack a month, that will make a difference. But for me, the bigger purpose is for the government. The government must honor its undertaking in subsidizing sanitary pads or giving them for free. And this can be phased. Initially, they should not have tax on sanitary pads and maybe subsidy, and then later on, they should be given for free because it's a basic requirement for every girl.
Paige, if there's one thing you could say to a girl child who doesn't have money to buy sanitary towels, what would it be?
I think the most important thing is to keep your head held high and try and do what you can to find the right people to put you, you know, to put the necessary goals in place or to help, you know, fund the sanitary pads. The Caring for Girls Foundation is unbelievable. We are each helping over 100 girls just by raising some funds to climb a mountain. And you don't have to climb a mountain to help the girls. If you can find one sponsor to put 400 Rand into the kitty for 1 year, you sponsor a girl to go to school for a year and have dignity. And I think the girls need to start speaking out and be proud of who they are. It's not a choice, it's a necessity. And if the government, like Dee says, if the government hand out condoms, that's an action, that's by choice. If they can hand out free condoms, how can they not hand out sanitary pads when girls don't choose to go through this every month? And I think they need to speak out about it so that the right people can help them, and the Caring for Girls foundations and other foundations like Caring for Girls can go to the schools that really need it and help the girls make a difference in their lives.
Dikeledi, if Mandela was still alive, because we know you did it in honor for him too, what would you say to him?
I would say to him, Tata, as the icon in this country, I mean, convince the society and convince the entire government to do its part, because that's all they need to do, do its part. Yeah.
Thank you very much, ladies, for coming into studio. That was Paige Lindernberg and Dikeledi Dlwati, who successfully summited Mt Kilimanjaro for a very worthy cause. Moving on now, suspended SARS Commissioner Thabo Moyane's legal team has argued that the terms of reference for his disciplinary hearing are unfair and unlawful. Advocate Dalim Pofu, who is representing Moyane, spent more than 2 hours detailing why his client's inability to give oral submissions at the hearings puts him at a disadvantage. He also questioned why the Nugent Commission of Inquiry and the disciplinary hearings are running in tandem. President Cyril Ramaphosa served Moyane with disciplinary charges which relate to allegations of misconduct. Advocate Azar Bam, who's a senior counsel, presided over disciplinary hearings.
Advocate Dalim